Relive the match. Newcastle beat PSV 3-0. Pre-match video vlogs, match notes, and post-match video vlogs. Enjoy. Eddie has held his press conference ahead of the tonight's game against PSV in the Champions League. Shall we see what he had to say? Eddie brought back memories of Sir Bobby Robson and Kevin Keegan's adventures in Europe. And he said he held the same values that they stood for, which was hard work, good organisation, always going to the end and never giving up. He wanted his team to give everything on this match day, as usual. And his principles were very similar to Kevin Keegan's. He was asked why he thought there was more goals in the Champions League. He said, "I don't know. Sometimes these things happen." He said, "You can see in the players that there is a real stimulation about these games and a real focus. There is a special feeling about this. And some of the games have suited us with a high intensity." There are pictures yesterday of Bernin Asula training with the first team squad in their Champions League training gear. He was asked if they would be available for this match day. The answer was no, not yet, not ready yet, nearly. So it's a shame that Bernin Asula most likely will miss out tonight. He was asked about Visser and Big Nick. He basically said they both have standout qualities that will help us, whichever one he picks. He did go on to say that the team needs to create moments for them, as many as possible, to hopefully decide the game. Eddie was really chuffed that Sven Botman has signed a new contract and had committed himself to the club for a few more years. He said it's really important. He's had a couple of difficult years with his ACL and then another injury that followed that. He's got great qualities, and to get him back was a massive lift. He's nearly at the top of his game, and that's when we get the best results. Obviously, the aim is to reach the knockout phase, whether that's qualifying for the round of 16 or the round of 32. I don't think it matters so much as long as we qualify. Financially, it's a benefit. He talked about how good PSV are, a very good team. He said, very impressed with them and their recent results, and it's set up to be a great game. So in summary, Eddie talked about his values, attacking principles, Sven's new contract, Bernin Asula returning to training, and making scoring chances for Visser and Big Nick. Big game tonight. If we can win this, then we're through to the either the round of 32 or the round of 16, depending on the last game away to PSV. So get behind the team. It's going to be a great night, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. Take care. Newcastle take on PSV from the Netherlands in the Champions League on Wednesday evening, and this is your match day guide. What are the qualification rules and what are my predictions? I'm Ken, and this is Inside the Toon. First of all, let's look at what the qualification rules are to qualify for the next round. So the top 8 teams in the league phase qualify automatically for the round of 16. Teams finish in 9th to 24th don't go out. They enter a 2-legged playoff for a chance to reach the round of 16. Anybody finishing 25th and below are eliminated from the competition. So where do Newcastle stand then? A victory means we qualify for the knockout round, and potentially, and it'll secure a playoffs spot. Even if we draw, it'll be useful. It keeps us in in the game and in control. And the goal difference matters too. In a tight table, scoring and keeping clean sheets against PSV will boost our ranking, especially as we're +7 on the goal difference at the moment, compared with PSV, who have a lower number. We currently sit 12th in the league. So in summary, in short, beat PSV, and we're almost certainly guaranteed to go on in the competition to the playoffs at least, or better. A draw keeps us alive. A loss makes it more difficult to qualify, and we are dependent then on other results. Our recent form has been mixed, to be honest. Away from home, we've been very poor, struggling to score goals at home. Not so much. We have scored 4 against Leeds and 3 against Sunderland recently. We didn't score against Man City in the League Cup. However, at home we're nearly a fortress, especially under Eddie Howe, and in Europe as well. PSV in their National League are running away with it, basically. They just can't stop scoring, and they just can't stop winning. They're the best team by a mile. They've got a very organised defence, and they're very strong at home. Europe is their toughest test, although they did go to Liverpool and win before Christmas. So not a simple game for us, but one that we definitely can get a result from. Newcastle play PSV in the Champions League on Wednesday evening. And here are my thoughts about the team that we might put out and score, my score prediction and thoughts. So if you follow Newcastle, my team won't be a surprise to you, to be honest. I've gone with Pope in goal over Ramsdale. I've put Trippier back on the bench and brought in Miley at right back. I've got Chow and Botman in the centre, mainly because we don't have any other fit centre halves at the moment. But I'd probably go with them anyhow. Hall at left back, who is world class at the moment and superb. Definitely should get an England call up in my mind. And then midfield, Joe Linton, Bruno and Tonali. If Tonali can find a spark, then we're going to be really, really dangerous. Up front, Gordon and Barnes on the wing, and Visser down the middle. So prediction, 2-0 to Newcastle, clean sheet, and we go on into the knockout phase in February sometime. So what team is Eddie announced tonight? Let's see, shall we? So Eddie's released his team to play PSV in the Champions League this evening, and I'm taking my first look at it now. So it's Pope in goal. He's kept Trippier at right back, Hall left back, Botman and Chow. Midfield of Joe Linton, Tonali and Bruno. And then up front we've got Gordon and Barnes on the wing and Visser up front. So Miley's on the bench. That's the only change from the team that I predicted. I thought Miley would come back in at right back, and Trippier would go on the bench after his exploits at the weekend, but that's not to be. My preference would have been Miley. I think he brings more to the team, especially with his passing and his directness. So, but on the bench, along with Miley, then we got Elanga who can come on, Ramsdale in goal, Big Nick who can come on, Alex Murphy, Willock, Ramsey, Shahar and Eve. So no Jacob Murphy. His hamstring is more than a niggle by the looks of it now. And that's the second match he's missed. So we'll wait and see. On paper, this is a very strong team, but we are playing a very strong PSV this evening, and it's not going to be an easy result. I predicted 2-0. It could be 2-1, but we'll wait and see, shall we? Enjoy the match from wherever your viewpoint is, whether you're inside the ground like my brother and my nephew and niece, or whether you're watching it on telly like me. Away the lads, let's get into them. Let's get the 3 points and get into that knockout round. Report is Newcastle lead PSV 2-0. Get in. PSV made a mistake in the 10th minute. Joe Linton inside the box managed to get the ball and square it to Johan Visser, who put it in the net. Gets in. PSV followed this first goal and some pressure on Newcastle in the 20th minute, which Newcastle managed to defend. Bruno got booked for a late foot in, to be honest, in the 25th. I think if VAR had intervened, then it might have turned into a red, but nothing happened, thankfully. Then in the 30th minute, another PSV defensive mistake. Gordon scores to make it 2-0 after Visser managed to squirrel the ball away from the PSV defence and pass it over to Gordon, who just tapped it in. Away the lads. In the 37th minute, from a corner, Bruno fell badly on his ankle, and it's not looking good. Miley came on for the injured and limping Bruno in the 47th minute. There was about 6 minutes of added time that elapsed into about 8, and we reached half time 2-0 up, minus Bruno, and a very, very happy me. And Newcastle supporters as well. Only half time, not over yet, folks, and the stats back up why we should be 2 up if you look at expected goals and the big chances. A terrific European night for Newcastle as they beat PSV 3-0 at St James's Park. Let's see how the second half played out. The crowd were in excellent voice at the beginning of the second half and throughout the second half, to be honest. Great support for Eddie Howe. Newcastle, up until about the 60th minute, kept PSV at bay for a few of those minutes and then started attacking again. And not only did we attack, we scored. Harvey Barnes, brilliant. He just ran past all their players into the box and then slotted it home. Absolutely brilliant from Harvey Barnes. So the subs were made in the 70th minute with Big Nick and Elanga Ramsey coming on for Gordon, Visser and Joe Linton. A great reception for the lads as they trotted off. So goal difference is going to make a difference in this league if we're to finish in the top 8, which is now the next goal. PSG away next. We had a number of chances throughout this period of time. Elanga looked sharp and Barnes was just on his game and Pope was safe hands when he needed. He didn't really have a shot to save tonight. Great from Trippier as he trotted off, being subbed. Miley to right back, and as he went past Miley, he gave him the captain's armband. 19-year-old and wearing the Newcastle United captain's armband. What a dream. So the whistle went, 4 minutes of extra time. Newcastle 3, PSV 0. Another great European night to honour Sir Bobby Robson, who managed both clubs. Newcastle 3, PSV 0. Look out for my final word edition report tomorrow, where I'll have a lot more to say, and it'll include what Eddie and some of the players said after the match. Newcastle won yesterday evening 3-0 against PSV, and this is the final word from inside the Toon. I'm Ken. Eddie, after the match, had a few things to say. Obviously, he was really pleased with the performance, as was I. He thought the players embraced the challenge, and he thought a lot of the players were excellent, including Anthony Gordon, which I agree with. On Johan Visser, he was really, really pleased for him. He's had a tough start to his career at Newcastle, as we all know, through the injury, and he was just so pleased that Johan had a positive impact on the match, and it was his first Champions League game and his first Champions League goal, and it's why he came to the Toon. Typical Trippier, thinking of other people, Eddie said. Unscripted and unplanned is Lewis Miley received the armband late on in the match when Trippier went off. On Anthony Elanga, he was really pleased as well. Massive thank you to the crowd, he said. That was a huge statement from the supporters in their response to Anthony, and obviously that showed in his performance last night. Really, really good. So here you can pause the page and take a look at the match overview and the shots. Just on a 2.4 was our XG, and we scored 3. We were really attacking last night. It was probably one of our best performances this season, if not the performance of the season. War flags have no bounds to their imagination to come up with these headlines and to ask for the next headline to be written. Absolutely fantastic display again. Happy bunch of YouTubers after the win last night. They were really impressed with the way that we set out our game and executed it, and so was I. I just love this. Absolutely fantastic, these pictures. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like and subscribe. It's absolutely free. Next week it's PSG away, the final match in the Champions League group phase.